Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained? It's like they knew I was coming. Interesting words. So here I am at the bypass. I can either go Tennessee Rock Trail, which 2.2 miles, supposed to be easy. No, pass. Oh wait, here we go. More difficult. Interesting. Tennessee Rock. Idiots, we're in Georgia. And then there's James Edmonds Trail, which, my speed, most difficult. 7.2 miles. It loops around and it ends up right back here, so let's get to cracking stuff. It seems that Mother Nature has had plans all along to thwart my progress, and right off the bat she started about 100 years ago with this fallen tree in my path, which I now have to divert underneath or over. First real obstacle. Will I overcome it? Stay tuned. So I suppose I should give you a little information about the trail that I'm out to undertake here. It's the James E. Edmonds Trail, and it's a backcountry trail, apparently. It heads to the Lookoff Mountain, which has an elevation of 3,162 feet. I don't know where I'm at right now, so that could be 10 feet up, could be 100, might even be down. Oh, I see, they have a mile marker. I'm actually above that right now. Interesting. But I'm going to go down, then up, then down. Oh, then back here, because it rounds about. It's a compacted natural soil surface with an average grade of 10%, maximum grade of 25%. That is very steep. And 250 LF. Nobody told me what LF means in my hiking prep class that I never took. Minimum width of the trail, 18 inches. Not a problem there. The average X slope, 10%, maximum of 30%. So all you X slope fanatics, 30%? Come on. Backcountry camping by permit only. I don't have a tent, and I don't plan on curling up in a bush, so don't have to have a permit. A little bit about this trail before I get going. It's 7.2 miles, as you may have noticed earlier, the James Edmonds Backcountry Trail. It was named in honor of one of the park's first rangers. I bet none of you knew that. This trail is quite steep in a number of places and is rated as moderate to strenuous. I don't know the definitions of the difficulties, so I'll just assume that moderate is like mild spicy sauce, or medium, we'll go with medium, and strenuous is hot fire, which, as I hope it is, that's what I'm looking for. In laurel-filled coves, the trail follows cascading streams with small waterfalls. In the northernmost section of the park, the trail climbs to the summit of Lookoff Mountain, as aforementioned, and offers a stunning vista of Wolf Fork Valley and surrounding mountain ranges. So that's what I'm in for. That's what you have to look forward to. I heard some hooligans on the other trail. Naturally, they went the more difficult route, because rookies. They're like between the ages of 4 and 7, so whatever. I'm about to kill it. Let's do it. A little known fact, the #1 injury by the census of historical hospitals and emergency rooms, the #1 injury amongst the Native Americans prior to the arrival of the English was rolled ankles. Alright, so I've come across a very interesting formation here. You can see along the path, it looks like there's been like a sort of landslide, and the trees have fallen into this this little ravine. I don't know if land things. This little thing that runs down a hill, and it seems to have been caused by this trickling stream, which, you know, may not seem like a lot, but over time, I think this has significant effect on nature and, you know, the environment, and you just can't fathom how something so small can do that to a tree. That bad boy is ready to go any day now. He's living on a prayer. So it is a constant dilemma of the avid hiker: shorts or pants. You can go either way. I'm in shorts because I prefer the flexibility, the agility that I am afforded by the lack of leggings. However, you then are left to contend with thorn bushes. And so I think a happy medium is I'm gonna have to ditch the calf length socks, and go with some knee highs, maybe some long johns, possibly, to combat this, because I think that would be a happy medium between, you know, well, you can't even see my feet. I can't tell what I'm pointing the camera at. So maybe you got to see my leg. It was very blinding, I'm sure, because the sun is starting to come through now. Sun is coming through, and I had something else. Remind me, O wise nature. Speak to me, trees. What was I thinking? Shh. Do you hear that? The birds are telling me that it had to do with an idea that I had. Thank you, birds, for a face mask, but not, in Iraq. Yeah, bear with me. There's a connection. All right. On Humvees, they put these wires that go along they're like hooks that go on top of the Humvees. So when you're going along, it catches any lines that might be there to possibly decapitate the gunner whose head is out of the Humvee. It's a great. It works like exactly what it's supposed to do. It does that. Well, what if I devise some sort of visor with with a thing that catches spider webs? Because I kind of feel like arachnophobia right now. My head is going to be wrapped in a silk pillowcase by the time I'm done with this 7.2 miles. So I think that's a good... Thank you, birds, for that wonderful idea. Another note of interest that I just realized, I'm very thankful that I have full use of both of my limbs. Well, I mean, I have 4 limbs. So both of the lower ones, if I fall, because you may not notice, one wrong step, down I go, and that's not a place I want to go. And I can only imagine the things I bounce into, and the birds know where I'll stop. So if I fall to a certain point and then have to get back up, I only hope that Mother Nature lets me retain the use of my legs. Because if not, I gotta crawl out of there with my hands, man. These paws. And that means I'm gonna have to drop my Powerade or stow it in my pack, which I'll probably lose on the fall because I'm an idiot. Either way, thank you, legs, for operating and being in existence and fully functioning. Because if I didn't have you, this would be one of the more difficult things I've done. Imagine if I was on nubs, right? And I'm nubbing it along through this forest. That's not even possible. That's not even possible. Just food for thought, in case you were needing some food for your brain. As you may or may not have noticed, as I realize I'm not filming the trek of mine here in its entirety, I'm not exactly orienteering, or what is it? I'm not looking at my map, so I'm not orienting myself as I go. I'm putting 100% faith in this trail and the trail markers to guide me from beginning to end here. So I'm putting a lot of faith in the trailblazers, the Lewis and Clarks, if you will, of this grand mountain, which can be a dangerous thing. I probably should have been keeping up with the map, but there's no... the other trail I've done at the other park in Cumberland Falls on episode 1, which you may or may not have seen, links are below. I followed the map, and there were intersecting trails along the outer loop. So it was like, if I passed the connector to 7, I was like, okay, I'm here. I could orient myself on the map. I was like, all right, I'm here at this point. I'm here at this point. This one, I mean, that's it. It's the trail and homeward bound, right? So the map wouldn't be that helpful. I'd have to track each and every little loop and turn that I was taking, and that would just be... I'd rather just wing it, you know what I mean? So, I'm gonna wing it. If I get lost and die, well, just proves the power of winging it, right? Either sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. And if I die, yes, it did not work. Edmonds Trail. I am still on it. That guy has a stick. I want a stick. Something I would like to note, oh Jesus, is the lack of wildlife that I'm encountering. The trail is well worn, but it doesn't seem like this is the place that gets trekked every day. You know what I mean? So I don't know that the wildlife around here has either adapted to human interaction or if they haven't. And so they're staying away because of that. And I'm over here trampling around like a baboon on barbiturates here. And if they don't hear me coming, then they're stupid and deserve to fall off the food chain. But most likely they hear me and they're going away. All I'm hearing are birds, unless those are monkeys. Pretty sure they're birds. God, I hope they're birds. Alright, I've come across a rare type of flippity flappity bug here that dwells in its groups, and it lives in the stump of overturned trees. I believe it's referred to as the Stumpus inhabitus mosquitois. Very deadly. 7,000 stings could kill a small child. Best we leave it be and move on. Speaking of trail markers and forks, apparently I didn't look at that map at all. I've come across one. I can go to the left here, or carry on straightward. I'm gonna have to consult my map, and that's the way I came from. The trailhead parking is 0.75 miles, so I've only gone 0.75 miles, but I feel like I've been out here forever. Probably because I stop walking and start talking every 20 seconds. And carrying on, my wayward children. Alright, I am in serious, serious danger. I have just come to a bridge here. I have to resist the urge to say babbling brook. Oh, I couldn't. I am in the deepest, deepest of dangers. I have come across the nest of the wild, oh no, it's the Powerade, the wild Powerade bird that drinks nothing but Powerade, and the only thing I have with me right now, aside from all the 27 things in my bag, is this bottle of Powerade. I need to keep an eye out. He could be in the trees observing me. The nest may very well be a trap that he has placed here for anyone walking along deciding to set their Powerade in the grass next to... Oh, I hear something. I must go now. I have come across what seems to be an abandoned bandit encampment from Skyrim. I'm going to sneak through and see if I can loot anything of value. And let's see. There seems to be a hat left by one of... Oh, is that their mark? The twig of the wood children? This is the tribe of the wood children. I have to be very careful. They will sometimes create these areas where they do their ritual sacrificial burnings, and they keep them scattered through the forest, and from time to time they will revisit the same. Oh, there's even a caution sign on the way out. I didn't... Thank you for pointing it towards the camp, bandits. Maybe it's an advisory warning by their bandit leader that people like me might come along with Powerade and attract all the Powerade birds. So that's probably what that sign was for. I'm going to get out of here as soon as I loot something of value. A stick. I am taking the stick. I'm under a canopy of trail canopy thing, but off to my left I can see a mountain, and it's the first time I've seen one since the clouds were here. I hear hammering, and none of the books I read informed me of what animal makes a hammering noise. So it has only just occurred to me that I'm kind of out in the middle of nowhere, where no one would be able to find me unless they came on the trail, you know, specifically looking for people. But if I got pulled off the trail, I could be lost forever if I just fell. And I also instantly remember those signs of the bears that I was making fun of And what if they were watching, and now they're watching? Do you hear that? It's the mating call of the woody woodpecker. I will now try to reciprocate. And hopefully attract the local wildlife so we can get a closer look. Pew, 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 pew. Caw, 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 caw! I can't seem to get a response. My communication has finally paid off. I just spotted my first wildlife since being out here. Yes, it was only a bird, but a bird is wildlife. And it was flying away from me. I think you might have been drunk or a little like the slow one in the pack, or the flock is. So I've come across the poop of a stegosaur. As you can see from the texture of the stegosaur release, I don't know the proper term for this stuff. Let's taste it. That's not too bad. That's you pay attention and you sneak carefully through the woods and it finally pays off. Our first up close and personal living creature. I think my phone is upside down. Where you at, fellow? Oh no, my skills of capture. Where did he go? How do you guys do this? Let's try this again. What is... Okay, there's a leaf. There's a guy here somewhere. Oh, there he is. Hey there, young fellow. Where might you be going on this lovely day? Oh man, this is gonna get me the Emmy. Look at him go. This is nature at its most raw. Survival. Words. Things. Beautiful. Okay, so quick survival tip. Stegosaur dookie. Excellent eye irritant. For those bear attacks. I'm assuming it would work on bears, but it throws some stegosaur duty in his eyeball. Say hello to this little guy. Hey, buddy. What are you doing there? You hanging out? What does your life consist of, little bud? Is this it? Well, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to disturb your home. I don't know if they like eat the moss off the branch, or if I don't even know if he has a mouth. Let's see what's going on in here. I don't know. That's a snail, though, dude. Gorgeous, gorgeous creature. Okay, so pro tip for the novice traveler of woods. You might have read books or magazine articles. Oh, I got a blog that told me to do this. And you go and you get your mosquito repellent or your, Gnat Buster 5000 and you're throwing your money away on this stuff. The number one is an old Yosemite caveman tactic that is passed down from generations. Not word of mouth, though. And that might be... Not through blogs. Cave paintings. Yeah, cave paintings. If you have a gnat nearby, demonstration. Allow me. Problem solved. So if you needed any sort of motivator outside of just the general sense of adventure and doing something, you know, that you don't do all the time, for coming out here and walking on trails and just releasing yourself from everything minus food and water, you need those things. I don't know what's around that corner. I have no idea. And I'm walking, spiders slinging in my face, and a bear could be there. Did you a bear? I mean, I hope there's no bear, but there could be a bear. There might be another Powerade bird that will kill me and take my Powerade. There's just, you don't know, man. The motivating factor to keep going is to find out. I mean, I guess you could do the same thing in traffic. Hey, what's on that turn? However, you drive in traffic every day. That's not that exciting. The woods are great. So I've come across this awesome river, and there's water in it, and it makes a lot of noise. I'm like in, what's that movie, Legend? It's pretty awesome. I'm in this undergrowth of like mango trees or something. So I'm in this very dense area. I'm started to ascend Black Rock Mountain now. It's pretty awesome. There's a mighty river, and the only one place that a mighty river can come from, and that's a mighty mountain. And I just need to scale it. So I finally just passed a fellow traveler, and this guy had a freaking house on his back. I'm like, am I doing it wrong? my little barely got, it's like a deflated balloon. And this dude was like this. Hey, yeah. I'm like, you're gonna die tonight. Dude was hobbling like Ephialtes from 300. Poor guy. I'm dying here, and I'm just got, you know, a pack of Pop-Tarts and a bottle of water in mine. And this dude had little like frying pans were dangling off the sides, cots and tents, and oh dear. Well, just in time for the beautiful view. Spectacular. I would love to swim, but if I don't get going now, I'm going to be swimming in the raindrops. Historians have labeled this bridge the Bridge of... And it's a very useful bridge that is used to transport goods from this side of the river embankment to that side. Peace be with the for making this bridge. Thank you, oh wise ones. Okay, so now we've come to one of the dirt roads beside my house where I grew up. I don't know where I'm at, but wherever I'm at, they really hate their Jeeps, ATVs, motorcycles, and horses with men on the back. It's just a heads up. Horses with men on your back. That is the trail ahead of me, and I feel like raptors should be attacking me right now. But they're not, thankfully. Hey, wee. Okay, that's why you don't mess with Bear Grylls Jr., son. The snake, right? Freaking snake was like, what's the rule? Snake, don't bother me, I won't bother you. Snake came at me. I was trying to give him his nature. I came at, because, you know, I got my MMA stuff, and, you know, I'm used to the, and that snake, he came at, I was like, all this mountain climbing. I feel like Willow when they almost killed poor Willow. Oh, but there's a view, my friends and family, and it's like a valley of success, valley of achievement. Hey, that mountain looks higher. Woo! I still think that mountain over there is higher than me. I'm gonna go down the mountain now, and I'm gonna drive home, and I'm gonna take a bubble bath with bubbles in my bath. I'm laying on a rock on top of a mountain. It's sunny, and there are bugs on my face. So, correction, this is the lookout point. This is the spot where they intended for me to realize how small I am, or something. It's pretty awesome, right? Like what is that, a milk farm? I just heard a cow moo. Nowhere to go from here but down. Guess I better get back to it. I don't know about bears, but you gotta go, you gotta go. I'm on top of the world.